Because the Bible says if they left, then there were none of us in the first place. It's all good. You want people around you who are with you. You want people around you who understand what God has put inside of you. So don't get discouraged and get dismayed when people say, Martha, got to go. It's all good. It's all good. No problem. Deuces. Yeah. It's all good. No problem. No problem. Okay? Go ahead, Pastor.
That's very interesting, Elder Kurstin, because if you really look back in retrospect, there are many times that people were in your life for a season.
Come on.
But they were there because they were there for the very purpose of getting you to move to that next level. I never forget when I started my business, when I first started my healthcare company, I needed about $250,000. I needed about $250,000. And but I know that I wasn't worthy of it because I didn't have, my business hadn't grown like that. But I needed it in order to buy the equipment that I needed. And I went to the bank, Kurstin, believe it or not, and I met a guy. First time I ever met him in my life. And we sat down, we had a conversation. He said, man, I really like you. I really like what you're doing. And do you know he gave me the money? He didn't loan me the money. Right. But did you know it wasn't about a month later he was gone? Wow. He left. He wasn't even in the company anymore. And I said, well, what happened to the guy? He said, well, he was here for a short time. He had some things to do when he left. One of the things he did was to help me. Wow. And I didn't know this guy. But God put him there just so that I could move forward with what I had to do. So that oftentimes God will put people in your life for a season and for a reason. You know, they come at a stage, we get so attached and we wanna connect ourselves to the people that God doesn't have intention for us to connect. He just wanted them there to push us to the next level.
And you know, Pastor Thomas, based on what you just said, I have something to tell to the young people. The people that are young and young at heart. All right? When you're young, keep in mind that most of the relationships that you have are going to be temporary.
That's right. That's right. Yes, say that.
Let me tell you something. Most of the relationships that you have when you are younger are going to be temporary because people at that level generally do not have the capacity to be permanent.
That's right. That's right.
They don't have the capacity to be permanent. It's not until you get older and you've gone through some stuff that you learn how to be long-lasting. I know they ain't listening to you, Dad. It's all good. It's cool. It's cool. But I gotta say it because it's the truth. Because I tell you, none of the people that I was friends with in high school, I'm friends with today. None of them. None of them. I still have some of them as Facebook friends on my Facebook profile, but it ain't like we talk like that. They're pretty much non-factors in my book. Now, at the time, I didn't want to do without any of them because they were the most important things in my world. But over the course of time, they did not have the capacity to be long-lasting. My wife, she's long-lasting.
That's right.
She's a covenant relationship person. Your spouse, when God puts somebody in your life for a reason and not just a season, you will know. Okay. I'm going to get off of that because I feel like going on with that, but I'm not. I'll save it for another time. But watch your relationships, people. Watch your relationships, and you're not too young to watch them because some people, they really don't mean you any good. Okay? Moving on. Third thing, and this is the last point. God has a desire to change your appetite.
Yes, He does.
Write that down. God has a desire to change your appetite. And I'm not talking about the kind of food you eat. Because I have an appetite for everything. Mom. Okay, go to the book of Numbers, chapter 11. This is the last point I'm going to make. God has a desire to change your appetite. And the appetite that I'm talking about is for spiritual things. Okay? Go to the book of Numbers. I think that's what I'm looking about. Yeah. Numbers chapter 11. And we're going to read verses 1 through 8. I'm going to have my mom read that very, very quickly.
And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. And the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled. And the fire of the Lord burnt among them and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched.
Right.
And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. And the children of Israel also wept again, and said, who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish, which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all beside this manna before our eyes. And the manna was as
coriander seed.
And the color thereof as the color of bdellium. And the people went about and gathered it, and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil.
Listen to this, guys. When God was leading the children of Israel through the wilderness, and he delivered them from Egypt, he took them out into the wilderness, and the people started complaining that they didn't have anything to eat, Martha. So God said, good, I'm gonna provide for you. So he sent down manna from heaven. Free. It was free. Does anybody like a free meal? Angel, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. The manna was free. The manna was free. It didn't cost them nothing. They asked God for food. He provided. He provided. Okay? But here's the thing. The people started complaining, Anitra, because it didn't taste like the stuff that they had when they were in Egypt. Verse 5 again says, we remember the fish that we ate in Egypt freely, and we remember the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. That stuff has a lot of flavor, y'all. But he said, you gave, the children of Israel said, you gave us this manna to eat. This manna not only looks like bdellium. I don't know if you guys know what bdellium is. It's a very dull looking stone. It doesn't really have much of a color to it. It's like the color of the walls, pretty much. A little bit lighter, but it's pretty much the color of the walls. And it said it tasted like, what? Coriander seed. That's in some translations, it said it had the taste of fresh oil in verse 8, if you guys read into that. Have you guys ever tasted fresh oil?
No.
It doesn't have any taste at all. It's very sticky and it tastes disgusting. That's what the manna tastes like. So it looked and tasted bland. But one thing I want you guys to know about manna is that it had all the nutritional components that they needed to sustain life. So God provided them with the manna in the wilderness because they didn't need anything more.
Amen. That's right.
Has God given you something? And has God provided for you, but it tastes dull? And you want to go back to what you had before because it was spicy? Especially when you fasted. Especially when you fasted. But you guys, the point that I'm trying to make here is that you have to forget about your past and develop a new taste for the things of God.
Man, that's good.
Even though it might be tasteless, develop a taste for the tastelessness. Because it's nutritious for you. It's good for you. It's going to supply you with the nutrients needed for this next level.
That's right.
God is saying to this particular church, he said, your blessing is not going to look like the stuff from the last season. It's not going to look spicy, but it's going to be good for you. It's going to give you what you need, but don't get thrown off because it doesn't taste like
Right.
the garlics and the onions and the leeks and the cucumbers and all that stuff that you add. You have to develop a new taste for the things of God.
Amen.
Because let me tell you, when you go to this next level, your whole situation is going to be different.
Yep.
What sustained you in the last season is not going to be able to sustain you this season.
That's right.
Guys, we're talking about a shift, and we're talking about transition and repositioning yourself. God is trying to reposition his people to receive the blessings of God, but you can't do it unless you develop a new appetite.
Right. Amen. Right.
All right, we got about 5 minutes. What I want you guys to do, let's go ahead and do this. Those of you who were here last week, I think it was Pastors Thomas, Constance, Angel, Anitra, Janelle was here, Sister Kareem. You guys can come up and find your paper real quick. We're going to go over this real quick. You guys come on up, people that I just named, and you guys grab your paper. And I only have 2 more sheets. Mom, can you do me a favor? Do we have any blank sheets of paper in the back end computer? Would you mind grabbing me like maybe 3 or 4? I'll let you have this one.
Yeah.
This is something. This is the thing that I'm going to ask you. And Tito, you can have this one.
No, I was gonna get it.
Really?
No, Angel was here last week. Tell her she can go get it.
Three. Go, 3.
Oh, wow.
I agree with everybody else.